Hello friends, today we will learn about Joseph Andrews as a picaresque novel. What do you mean by picaresque novel? A picaresque novel is a genre of prose fiction. It depicts the adventures of a roguish but appealing hero, usually a low social class who lives by his wits in a corrupt society. Joseph Andrews can't be called a regular picaresque novel, for Fielding employs elements of this tradition in an exposition of his own theory of ridiculous. He was writing a comic epic poem in prose. He adapts the picaresque tradition to his own theory of the novel, which shows the influence of various other literary forms beside the picaresque. However, picaresque motive helps Fielding to fulfill his aim of ridiculing the affectations of human beings. The different level of society can be represented through picaresque mode. Joseph Andrews was first published full-length novel in English language of English author and magistrate Henry Fielding. Henry Fielding, along with Samuel Johnson, is considered to be founder of English novel. Henry was in fact a satirist and initially known for his satirical works. Joseph Andrews was initially written as a parody of Samuel Richardson's Pamela. But as the story develops and grows, we realize that the story is entering into another genre and is naturally following a different pattern. As the events unfold and the ripple effect of the occurrence spans through, we feel that the genre, the novel, is entering into a somewhat picaresque. The picaresque tradition belongs to Spain and is derived from word picaro, meaning rogue or a villain or a rascal. There are some qualities that distinguish the picaresque novel or narrative form, all or some of which may be employed for effect by the author. A picaresque narrative is usually written in the first person as an autobiographical account. The main character is often of low character or social class. He or she get by with wit. There is almost no plot. The story is told in a series of loosely connected adventures or episodes. There is a little, if any, character development in the main character. Once a picaro, always a picaro. His or her circumstances may change, but rarely result in a change of heart. The Picaro story is told with a plainness of language or realism. Satire might sometimes be a prominent element. The behavior of a picaresque hero or heroine just short of criminality, carefree or immortal rascality positions the picaresque hero as a sympathetic outsider untouched by the false rules of society. Then, in the chapter 1 of book 2, he tells his readers the purpose of dividing his novels into books and chapters. Likewise, in book 3, chapter 1, he reminds his readers of the purpose of his novel and dismisses historians. The realism is quite obvious here, which satisfies and fulfills the purpose of the very first property of picaresque novel. Then comes the second paradigm of a picaresque, according to which the main character is usually of low social class and very witty. Adams, though being very moral and chaste person, is of course not a low character, but definitely belongs to a low class, being the son of poor parents and brother of Pamela, the chaste maid servant of Booby family. He is simple, honest person who, after understanding the malice of intentions in Mrs. Slipslop's and Lady Booby's mind, immediately decides to quit the job. Mr. Adams, who is dreamy idealist, whose doctrine is good begets good, evil begets evil. Another property of picaresque hero that Joseph is utterly not having is the rascality. He is facing adventures, he is meeting wicked people, he is also in love with a girl, but he never indulges in any ill means or shows any sort of wickedness or rascality. Thus, he is untouched by the false rules of society. A prominent picaresque element of this genre is the looseness of the plot, which is very much obvious in the case of Joseph Andrews' plot. Plot construction. Looseness of the plot is so dominant that it seems as if the whole plot is going out of order and is following a haphazard path as if one is on a roller coaster ride. Sometimes feeling introduces a character without a rational explanation of its sudden arrival at a particular place. For example, the arrival of Mrs. Slipslop at the Dragon's Inn all of a sudden. The character development of protagonist Joseph Andrews is somewhat flat. Actually, he is shown as chaste and honest person till the very end of the novel. There is only one thing that changes about him in his being the son of Harriet Harty and Mr. Wilson, and not of Mr. and Mrs. Greyfer, which also relieves him of the tag of being Pamela's brother. We get a glimpse of society's ways, an element of satire and realism sets off. Different levels of society are shown through the picaresque mode. In case of women, Lady Booby, Mrs. Slipslop, Betty, all these women are shown to have the unbridled lust for the opposite sex. The clergymen are shown to have no moral values, rather, they are indulged in the worldly affairs and are crafty and careless. Very cruel realism and satire is shown when Pamela also becomes an accomplice of Mr. Booby in persuading Joseph to do away with the idea of marrying poor Fanny, which is so ironic since Pamela herself belonged to that class to which Fanny belonged. Poor Adam's forgetfulness is both humorous and serves as a reason for new adventures and encounters with new characters. This novel is a gallery of characters, another very important feature of a picaresque novel. The central journey in the Joseph Andrews is not just for purpose of wandering, as it is in picaresque. Joseph is not a wanderer, he is a noble journey homewards, and there is a cause and objective behind this journey that Joseph has taken up. He is rather compelled to leave England and go to Delaware due to the circumstances that arose. Yet the whole journey is fabricated in the utter matter of a picaresque narration. This picaresque element is maintained till the end of the book third in terms of being adventurous. From book 4 onwards, satire and realism is more prevalent than the adventure. In the end, he comes to discover his true identity in terms of his real parentage. In this concluding paragraph, on the basis of above mentioned arguments and textual evidences, I would establish this statement that Joseph Andrews is a picaresque novel.